Hey there, Lotus Breach fans. It's Bryant Cook, and tonight we are playing, well, Lotus Breach. This idea came to me over the week, and while I know this isn't what I recorded for leading up to Star City Games Syracuse, but that video made me realize how out of love I've been with Profane Tutor, with Chalice of the Void on Zero being more popular than ever, alongside Profane Tutor just being kind of slow. It's a turn 4 card. You suspend it on turn 2, takes 2 turns, you cast it on turn 4 for free. It feels glacial. And, well, how do we fix that? Well, one, you cut it from your deck, but two, what else do you play? So we've switched back to Wish, a card that, honestly, I'm not in love with. We lose ad nauseum with it, but maybe we can turn that into a benefit. Well, Wish has always had the benefit of being 6 mana. I win the game with enough cards in your graveyard. So let's change our outlook on that. How can we make enough cards in graveyard, be worthwhile? When we switched to the Profane Tutor, we sort of discovered Otherworldly Gaze. We didn't really have that with the Wish versions previously. So this is new tech with Wish. So Otherworldly Gaze puts 4 cards on by itself into the graveyard, which is pretty big game. And then Lotus Field does 2, so that's 6 of the 10 we need. You just need 4 more cards on top of, fetches and other stuff. So I was thinking about it, and now that we don't have Luris anymore, Street Wraith becomes a real consideration. So I jammed 4 Consider, 4 Street Wraith, 4 Bobble, all into one deck on top of the Otherworldly Gaze. Well, what was lost? I'm not playing a main deck win condition anymore. I've been playing it for a while, and honestly, it rarely comes up that it's beneficial, so I'm going to play the third Wish over a main deck Grapeshot. If you're uncomfortable with that, feel free to switch back, but I want to see what just the maximum combo list can do, and then start to see if we have to switch it for corner cases or if there's a glaring hole in the deck. On top of that, I'm not playing Void Snare, so we're not playing these main deck answer cards. We're just playing a hyper efficient combo deck, and then we're leaning on Otawara as our 20th land, but also our answer, so that way we could potentially beat a random hate permanent or whatever without costing a spell slot. So that's what we're looking to do here today. If you're unfamiliar with the deck, you might have gathered I've already said, hey, 6 mana wins the game with Wish. Well, it's really, you need 10 cards in graveyard and to play Lotus Field. From there, you play Twiddle or Dreamscript. You play 2 of those actually. And to Wish, you get Underworld Breach, Twiddle, Wish again, you go get Tome Scour. And now you Tome Scour yourself, floating at least 1 blue, and it creates a loop. So what you can do there is you Twiddle, Scour, Twiddle, Scour over and over and over again until you've decked yourself. You then escape the Wish again into a lethal Grapeshot. Yes, it in theory could be Thassa's Oracle. I think that Oracle beats less cards in general. Plus, you run into the issue where sometimes you can't clear your entire deck while having enough resources. Believe it or not, it's come up to the point where I'm just convinced that Grapeshot's actually better. So you can play Oracle if you want, but there will be some corner cases where you get bit in the butt by not having enough cards to escape into the Oracle. So up to you. I don't really care. But another thing I've learned when playing the Profane version is that Pithing Needle to stop things like Relic or whatever has been extremely valuable. So we're playing that again. That's what I've got. If you have any questions, suggestions, whatever, put those down below. But I'm just really, really excited to try the Street Wraith version tonight, because I think Street Wraith makes a lot of sense. So it fuels the graveyard for Breach, but it also allows you to draw a card immediately after putting it on top with Otherworldly Gaze, which is really interesting. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if it's a little bit too much life loss between Street Wraith with all of our fetches and shocks, because I don't play basic swamp in this list. That's another change. But we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm becoming a little bit rambly. I hope you enjoyed this new support ad that I whipped up over the weekend. Yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the first match. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, early access to videos, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, such as theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. I hope you enjoyed the newer support ad. It's a minute and a half shorter than the previous one, so hopefully you appreciate that. We're in match number 1 and our opponent's taking a mulligan to 6. We have a 5-lander, which is just so many lands considering we want 2 plus a Lotus Field. I think we're supposed to mulligan this, but I just have a feeling we're going to get burned by a no-lander. This is actually pretty solid. So we're going to keep this, and I think we're supposed to bottom a Twiddle. I guess one benefit of this list is we look a little bit like Death Shadow. Alright, turn 1 Steam Vents. And they're just going to pass the turn. Draw. A second copy of Underworld Breach. We want to find land 2, plus hypothetically Lotus Field. Alright, bobble you. Ooh, this is not good. They're on living end. We're in trouble. I am in danger. I just can never beat living end with any deck I play. They cycle another Curator, okay. We draw a field. Okay, that was pretty good. Now we just have to draw land 2. We have Street Wraith plus a normal draw step to hit land 2. They cycle Curator. It looks like they might be digging for land 2 as well. And they missed! Alright, cycle. Otherworldly Gaze. That's pretty good. Okay, so we definitely want the land. We're going to mill the Dream Script because we'd fetch it away anyway. So it doesn't make sense to keep it when it's better as escape fuel. Let's go get the Steam Vents. I would love to pay 2 life here. Thank you. And Wishclaw Talisman. That was an F6. Do they not have force? That would be nice. They cycle an Architects of Will. I feel like we're getting a little bit lucky here. Okay. Another Lotus Field. So I can tap for blue-red. Play Lotus Field. And they're no longer F6'd. Let's untap the field. I mean, if they want to force this, it's better than them forcing an Underworld Breach. Long pause. And they force. That's fine. Pass the turn. So we would like to draw another Twiddle or an untap land, so that way we can breach plus blue mana. Our opponent's still digging for land 2, 6 cards in hand. We were being griefed, and this is why it was better for them, for them to counter the Twiddle and not an Underworld Breach, because I ended up with an Underworld Breach still in hand. Draw. Not really what we needed. I'm going to Inquisition. See what they're working with here. 2 subs and an agent. Okay. Pass the turn. I thought about flashing back Otherworldly Gaze there, but Otherworldly Gaze is sort of our Tome Scour-esque replacement at the moment, so I don't really want to make that play. I also could have gone for it right there. What I would have done was use Wishclaw to go get a Twiddle, and then Twiddle, and then use Otherworldly Gaze, but it ends up being a little bit risky. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to play it safe here. We'll flash back the Otherworldly Gaze. And there's the other land. We'll keep that on top. Pass the turn. The downside here would be if our opponent draws into another Grief, a Force, those things. So we knew that they have Spire Bluff, they've used the Riverwinder, and they have Sub plus Waker of Waves in hand. Let's see if we can win. Tap for red, let's play an Underworld Breach. This Wish gives us access to another Scour, so if this Breach wins, I'm feeling fairly good. Or if this, did I say if this Breach wins? If this Breach resolves? What are words? Sorry, it's pretty late as I record this. So that new sponsor ad that you saw, I spent pretty much all day Saturday editing that to make it look super nice. I'm a perfectionist, but I'm also a graphic designer for my day job. And I just really wanted to make sure that it was high quality. So I spent most of the day Saturday working on that. Sunday, I worked on the card hoarder ad, which you'll probably see after this match. And now we're going to go get Pact of Negation. So I didn't have any videos queued up. And last week I worked on some other ads, like the new podcast ad, etc. And I've just sort of been burning the candle at both ends, trying to create content, but also like I'm married, I have a wife, I have to spend time with her, plus YouTube and day job and everything else. So I've just been running a little thin recently, and I've gotten to the point where I've completely burned my my queue for video. So I'm like recording the night of for everything. So it's just been kind of tough on me the last week or so. Not trying to make excuses, I'm just sharing what I've been up to recently, I guess. But I don't get a whole lot of sleep. We'll play Wish here. This Wish can get the Tome Scour. Cast that targeting us, and this is going to be game number 1. Okay, we just have to not mess up from here. That's literally the only thing we have to do, is not mess up. Do you trust me to not mess up? I don't know if I do. Okay. We're at Storm 11. We have 14 cards, so we can escape 4 times. So 3 plus Wish. So that's plus 4? That's still not enough, so I need to scour some more. Okay, untap the Lotus Field. It's from 14. It's from 15. Let's just scour, I guess. I don't want to miscount and be wrong. It's from 16. Scour again. I just remembered there's no Grapeshot in the main deck. That's going to take some getting used to. Twiddle. Yes. Alright, Twiddle again. Actually that does it. Undo. There we go. And now I can just escape Wish and a Grapeshot. So this was a game where I had some stuff already in the bin, so you didn't see how sometimes you don't have enough to clear the way. But there will be games where you start on exactly 10 cards and do the Wish line with no extra juice. And those are the games where you really feel the pressure of not having Grapeshot in the sideboard, but instead having, you know, Thassa's Oracle or whatever. And it's not like Heliod Company is a deck that sees a lot of play in 2020, so I don't think you really have to worry about Infinite Life. So that was only game number 1. We still have to get game number 2 versus Living End, which is a tall ask. Alright, so their deck with Grief and Endurance. So I wonder if we want these ley lines. I sort of want these Pact of Negations as well. I'm not a super big fan of Inquisition in this matchup. Like, it's fine, but I think that's a card we might be able to get away with not having. So that's 63. Maybe bring in one bounce spell just in case they have something. Now we're at 64. Let's just cut the street rates, I think. Let's try this out. So you might be thinking, why would you board out Street Wraith versus the Living End deck? Because they'll bring it back into play. That's so unlikely to matter. And there's a lot of ways for them to just negate that. Like one, even if I had all 4 Street Wraiths, they have to be above 12 life, or they can even just Violent Outburst on my end step and then untap and they get to attack first. Like the Street Wraiths being in my graveyard doesn't really matter that much. Plus endurance, so there's always that. Game 2, easy mulligan. This hand's not bad, we'll try it out. Keep. I think I'm going to bottom the Otherworldly Gaze here. I don't really want to go down on cards versus the deck with Grief in it, so I'm just going to trust that my deck draws into land number 2. Opponent on a mulligan to 4, wow. Digging hard for Leyline, maybe? Alright, no Leyline of the Void from our opponent. They've kept 4 cards. Steam Vents, pass the turn. Bobble. Target ourselves. Twiddle. Okay, we're going to pass the turn. In their upkeep, there's a Bobble trigger. Surprise, surprise, Riverwinder. We're going to fetch because we don't actually want that Twiddle. We want to find land number 2. Grab the Watery Grave. Bobble trigger. Another Bobble. Okay. They cycle a Curator of Mysteries looking for that second land. Street Wraith. And they find the Botanical Sanctum. Alright. Can we find land 2? Consider. We do. Love to see it. Void Snare, okay. Grab a basic. Let's play Wishclaw Talisman. And another Bobble. Opponent is on 3 cards currently. Upkeep, Bobble them. They did not cycle on the end step. That was interesting. Shardless Agent. So if they have land here, they get to bring back some creatures. They did not have the land. Draw off Bobble. This is not a turn that I'm trying to go for it. This is likely a setup turn. Play Consider. Yes, we'll put that to the graveyard. Another land. Okay. Oh, I thought I was in my main phase. Whoops. I think I'm supposed to play another Claw here and not play the Lotus Field. Alright, Claw 2. And that resolves. 5 cards for the opponent. They hit land 3. Will they return the creatures? Looks like yes is the answer. Living End. They have some power. Alright, time to go for it. Another land. Jeez. Okay. So we'll play Lotus Field. Sacrifice these. Dream Script to untap the Lotus Field. Okay, tap for blue. Void Snare is actually a combo piece here. I don't know if it will come up. But if we have to Pact a Negation, we can use this Void Snare to later go get the Tome Scour. So they have 3 cards. We will activate to go get Pact. Okay, counter the Force of Negation. Alright, so we start off with Dream Script to untap this Lotus Field. So the plan here is we're going to twiddle a whole bunch and then use Void Snare to go get the Tome Scour. Okay, 6 cards in there. Should be plenty. Okay. Now we bounce a Wish Claw. Tap for black. Wish Claw Talisman. Activate the claw. Go get the Scour. Target me. Okay. At this point, it's just executing the combo. Our opponent says GG. GG opponent. We actually beat Living End. How crazy is that? Granted, our opponent had some suboptimal draws, but I'll take it. We are 1-0. You love to see that. And hopefully you enjoyed this new card hoarder ad as well. I'll see you in match number 2. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. Okay, second match, we're on the play. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm not going to say no to this. This is an easy peasy turn 3 win. Or so I think. I think we just start off on Watery Grave here. We only have the 1 fetch. Maybe that's wrong. But I have to play Watery Grave at some point because we only have 2 fetches anyway if I want to play this turn 2 Claw. And Tron's a pretty good matchup, and this just confirmed the turn 3. Get out of here, Tron. I'm on the play. You're going to have to just go to game 2. I don't know what to tell you. I've got my wishes and I've got my claws. Turn 2 Urza's mine. 2 mana. Uh-oh. This is a Chalice on 1. I talked too much trash and now I'm getting wrecked. Oh no. I didn't realize we were facing Eldrazi Tron. I thought it was normal Tron. I shouldn't have trash talked. This is what I get. So we do have a main deck Otawara, but we're pretty far away from that being a real card. There's an Eldrazi Temple. Why did I have to trash talk? Let's play this Watery Grave. Pass the turn. Also, I didn't need a bobble there, because now if they have Thought Knot Seer, they get to look at an extra card. Yep. Matter Reshaper, sure. Draw. Oh my, I ripped the Otawara. Wow. Okay. We're in business. The main deck Void Snare wouldn't be this good here. Get rid of those, I guess. Pass the turn. So I have to go 2 full turn cycles here. So I am going to have to be a little bit lucky. Alright, not Tron. Is this Reality Smasher? Oh no. Damn. Theoretically, I can still win, but now I'd have to draw into Wish to go get the Tome Scour or Scour itself. They hit Crypt. Yeah, they're just... I don't know. Really, I did this to myself by trash talking. I only have myself to blame. Okay. I mean, there's a chance. I'm not saying we're going to win, but there's a chance. And a Scavenger Grounds? Oh, why do you hate me, opponent? I don't know if I can beat this. I'm at 11. Let's see what they do. They're plussing Karn. Yeah, they're just going to leave up double Tormod's Crypt effect. I don't know if I can win now. Draw. Pass the turn. We need them to make a mistake. That's the best thing I can happen. I don't know. I'm not even saying words anymore. I need them to like try to Reality Smash me. Just tap out. Come on. Another Tome. They're not going to. How can I possibly win this? Alright, I'm at 8. They're looking, or they're using Maze Mind Tome? I don't know what they're doing. Ooh, they tapped low. They're actually giving me the window here. Oh, no they weren't. They were just sandbagging the 2 mana for the Scavenger Grounds. Okay, so first step is getting rid of this Chalice of the Void. So let's do that. Okay, so let's play Underworld Breach. I need blue mana. Undo. Blue mana. Underworld Breach. Okay, so they've used Crypt. Can we do this? We're going to tap the Scavenger Grounds and tap Lotus Field. Okay, we can theoretically do this. Cast Consider. That is a garbage card. We'll put it to the graveyard. Oh my! Oh my! We just did it. We just did it. We found the line. Get out of here, Karn, you trash planeswalker. Can't believe this. This is so lucky. I'm not going to pretend that this was skill. We played to our outs and we hit them, but this is not skill. Like, that was a very lucky hit. I'm just saying, if I was playing the Profane Tutor list, the main deck Void Snare would not have saved our Keister like that. Tapping 2 mana. What are you trying to do here? Come on. Quit wasting our time. Scour targeting me. Mill. Scour targeting me. Storm is 8. Twiddle. Yes, untap. Twiddle again. Storm 10. Yes. Play Wish. And this should just be enough to double Grapeshot. Target them. I'm absolutely in shock that we're winning this game. Grapeshot you. Oh, they conceded. Okay. Wow. All right. We want Echoing Truth. We want Void Snare. I think we want these needles. I wonder if the ooze is better in the main or in the board. Get rid of this pact. We're at 63 right now. I think I'm going to take out Consider. Maybe I want to leave one bounce spell on the board. Bring in the Echoing Truth because it can beat Chalice on 1. Yeah, I'm going to submit this. Let's go. This seems pretty solid to me. Keep. Hers is mine. Into map. Okay. Yes, and I'm going to needle the map. Try to slow them down a little bit. Expedition map. So normally I would have played the Otherworldly Gaze, trying to find land 2, but I don't know. This seems like a worthwhile line. Do we want the 3rd fetch? I don't think so. Put the turn on top, draw it. We'll pass the turn. It looks like the needle was a good move. Grab the Watery Grave, yes, and cast another Otherworldly Gaze. I think I might want the other needle here. I'm going to leave that on top. Draw. Wishclaw. Field. We have it as long as nothing bad happens. Alright. Things are looking decent. Twiddle. Yes, I'd like to untap. Can I undo that? I guess even if I played out another claw, I boarded out the pact, so that doesn't really matter. So let's just activate Go Get Underworld Breach. Alright, we've selected Underworld Breach, and we'll play it. Twiddle. Yes. Twiddle again. Yes. And now we'll tap for black mana. Play the Wish Claw. Activate the Claw. Go get Tome Scour. And is this going to be good enough? A Warping Whale will not stop me here. Sure. You've got a Warping Whale. Alright, so scour ourselves again. Show them the Twiddle that was in our hand. Scour. Scour again, and we just have to go through the motions. Dream Script on tap. Tome Scour targeting us. On tap. From 14, opponents at 20. Scour. Okay. Scour again. Now we need to untap, so we'll cast another Dream Script. Untap is the mode. 7 cards left, so we can probably get in one more Scour, but it's not worth milling the last 2. Dream Script to untap. It's from 20. We have to do one more Dream Script before we can cast a Wish. Alright, red mana, play the Wish. Slide that down, cast Grapeshot. It's from 23. Boom! Yes! That was a great round. Got a little bit lucky, but I'll take it. 2-0, 3 matches left. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Match number 3, we're on the play. Sure. So this hand needs a Twiddle and the Lotus Field, but it's looking pretty good to me. Alright, we'll just lead on Scalding Tarn and pass. Ketria Triome. I'm gonna shock all the way down to 17. Let's play this Otherworldly Gaze. There's the Twiddle, but we don't actually need Twiddle here. What we want is Lotus Field, so we're just going to mill. Okay, draw. Island, and while they're tapped out, I'm just going to flash this back. There we go, beautiful. So this is a turn 3. We're just going to leave it all. Pass that turn. Street Wraith is going to shine here. I hope that they tap out for like a Ren and 6. That would be ideal. Steam Vent's okay. Ren and 6. Ren and 6. Ren. Nope. Wooded Foothills. Picking up the Steam Vents. They're at 15. They made a crab. Alright, let's cycle. Cycle again. Blue, blue, Lotus Field. That was really sweet. The street rates looked really nice right there. Yes. Tap for red. Play this Underworld Breach. Twiddle. That was awesome. Play Wish. We don't have to play the card immediately. Fun fact. We can leave that over there, so it can theoretically be a Pact of Negation. Could be a bunch of things. Let's Twiddle again. Yes. Now we can Wish, so that way we can have double backup, or it could end up being Grapeshot later. Alright, so I can play 2 spells. Let's just start off on Scour. Twiddle. Yes. Scour. And at this point, we just have to increase storm count. Scour. I can't get over, like, right now, all I can think of is how good Street Wraith was right there. Wow. Sort of insane. Alright, so we have a... Oh, nope, I need 1 more mana. So I can double Grapeshot here, or I can just cast a few more spells. And I think I'd rather just cast a couple more spells. There's a Pact of Negation. Yes. Consider will be spell number 15. That can go to the graveyard. They're at 15. Let's cast Grapeshot with backup Pact of Negation. That was sweet. So our opponent's on creativity. We can tell that by the crab token here. So we're not interested in something like Leyline, but Pact of Negation's probably going to end up being fairly good. So let's bring those in. We probably want at least 1 bounce spell in the main. I think here I'm going to try Void Snare. That brings us up to 64. I wonder if we want to leave 1 Pact in the sideboard for Wish. And against a control deck, I'm going to try boarding down 2 copies of Otherworldly Gaze since we don't really love the card disadvantage. And maybe 1 Street Wraith. The reason I board out a Street Wraith is that it's not all speed. Card quality is sometimes nicer with the baubles. This hand feels like a trap. I know that Street Wraith and Bauble are redraws, but it's just so risky. You need 2 lands and Lotus Field, and I don't know, I'd rather just mulligan. Sure. Bottom the Vents. Scalding Tarn. Alright, turn 1 crab. So we want to find Lotus Field and then some sort of payoff. Our hand's pretty far from being able to win. Fetch. Grab a Watery Grave. Draw. Okay, pass the turn. Just have to be patient. Sitting on the Street Wraith too, it probably doesn't matter, but I want to see if they give me an opening because I look like I'm not doing anything. Another hard evidence. You got it. Wow, they didn't even get in there with the crab. The disrespect. Alright. Steam Vents, and let's cast Consider. I will keep you. Thank you. Draw. Bobble. Let's look at their deck. I mean, they have an Arid Mesa. Ooh, Spell Pierce. Okay. I'm just going to play the land. I don't want to look like I'm dangerous. I want them to give me a window. They fetched away the Spell Pierce. They draw a card. Sure thing. Or random draw off Bobble. Another land. Hard Evans number 3. Okay. I think maybe I'm supposed to cycle the Wraith here in case I draw into like an Otherworldly Gaze. Scour. So we just need to find Breach. Pass the turn. And they'll sacrifice their clue yet again. Another thing we could maybe do with this hand is do a poor person's impression of Fable. Of Giga Draws and tap down their lands. But I need to draw other Underworld Breach for that to be a viable plan. And it looks like they're still holding open Beseiju here. Okay, let's fetch. I think I'm supposed to just take the draw. So, can this win? I don't know. Alright, I'm going to just pass here. I don't want to look like I'm about to win. So I'm hoping that they tap low again, and then on their end step I can twiddle on tap and do the thing. Maybe that won't happen because I gave them another window and they have a whole bunch of mana here. The problem was if I wanted to dream script their stuff, it put me in a tough spot. Interesting, they discarded a creativity. Okay. I'm going to go to 13. That's a run. Interesting. And now they have a ton of green sources up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I lost my window. Draw. Go to 11. Let's attempt to play a Wishclaw. Play the field. Dream's Grip. Twiddle. Okay. Wishclaw. Dream's Grip. Let's activate it. I think I'm not going to win this. Underworld Breach. Let's attempt to put Scour on the stack. I'm guessing that they have a Beseiju in hand. Force of Vigor. That was not the card I was expecting. So let's respond to this. We will untap Lotus Field. Okay. We will Twiddle again, untapping the Lotus Field. Yes. We'll hold control, activate Wishclaw Talisman, Twiddle the Wishclaw. Yes. Add red, activate Wishclaw. I guess it's actually just better here if I get packs. Maybe I messed up. But I guess Underworld Breach number 2 beats a pack, or beats a Beseiju, where... Actually, no, it doesn't. Did I just mess up by making red mana? I'm just going to grab a pact. Scour. Ooh, okay. Target myself. There's a resolve. Let's play a second copy of Underworld Breach. So this could beat Beseiju if they are, for some reason, trying to sit back. Twiddle. Oh my! Wow! They had it all. Yeah? Okay. Okay. I see you. I'm going to bring in one needle over Inquisition 4. Just so that way I can name Beseiju. Although, we did see Force of Vigor, so I don't know how good that plan actually is. Okay, game 3 and our opponent's boarded up to 61. I think we try this. Alright. Watery Grave. Yes, I'd love to lose 2 life. Cast Inquisition. They have Beseiju. Okay. I mean, I don't have Wish Claw, so the command isn't super scary. But I do think command might be the best card in this hand. So we'll take it. Bloodstained Mire. And there's passing. No turn 1 hard evidence. I'm gonna grab the Steam Vents and play main phase Consider in case I draw into something that I want to play. We'll mill that. It's a good one. Let's pass the turn. They pick up a Triome. Steam Vents, you got it. Holding open that Beseiju. Sure thing, cast Consider. I'd love to mill that. We just need Lotus Field. Wish. Alright, we will pass the turn. Next turn I can play Wish and a Needle, though, to name Beseiju. We just really have to find Lotus Field at this point. We have everything else. Sure, you can have a hard evidence. Fetch. Draw. Otawara. Let's play the Wish. So they can play Creativity for 1 on their turn, which is actually a little bit of a concern because I can't beat a lot of this stuff. Because they'll play the Beseiju as a land and then Creativity away the crab. I guess, like, the plan would be to bounce the creature they get, assuming that I can. I'll name Beseiju. Who endures? Pass the turn. Sacrifices the clue token. They can play Creativity. They did not play the Beseiju. And they just pass. Draw. Land go. Dwarven Mine, you got it. So this means that they can Creativity for 2, which is a lot more scary. Yep, I'll go to 12. Fetch. My last fetchable. This draw will bring us to 33% of the way through our deck. Inquisition. Target you. They haven't played the Explorer, so I think you can make the assessment that they likely have Force of Vigor, but I could be wrong. And they do in fact have Force of Vigor. Blusterstorm, Archon of Cruelty. I think we just take the Creativity to buy time. Alright, pass the turn. I could also play like a Value Breach. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, I'm going to play the Otawara. Next turn, I think I'm going to Value Breach. They have a Bug Land, sure. So now they can hardcast Force of Vigor. Which is why I didn't take the Explore, because I knew that they could fetch for a green source. So we'll go to 10 here. Alright, draw another Needle. It's actually fairly good. Alright, Underworld Breach. So let's Inquisition to get rid of that fluster. So they could force a Vigor me here, and then I would try to consider, and then they could fluster and get both. They pitched the Explorer for that reason. I'm going to attempt to consider. Let's remove the Wish in case of surgical. They let me bin that. That's nice of them. Wish Claw. And let's consider again. Leaving the Tome Scour. Wow. Okay, they really don't want to use that fluster. So now Inquisition. I think that they should have. Dispute. Okay. So now we know what their draw step was. They pitched the Explorer. Okay, so they have Archon, Fluster, Beseiju. Play Needle. Beseiju, who endures. Pass the turn. This is still very winnable. We'll go to 9. Draw. That was insanely good. Claw. Activate. We'll go get Lotus Field. And then give me my claw back. Are you going to fluster? They're giving us the window. Can I win? So they have Arcana Cruelty and one unknown. As long as the one unknown isn't another fluster, I think we've got this. Dream's Grip, untap the Lotus Field. Yeah, got ya. Okay. Tap for blue, red, Underworld Breach. Alright, now we escape. I just have to execute the combo in 7 minutes, which shouldn't be a concern. Scour targeting me. It's from 9. Scour again. Let's Twiddle. Yep. Scour. And there's our wishes. So now I can just Twiddle twice into a Scour. Or I guess once into, I don't even know why I said Scour. Twiddle into Wish Grapeshot will do. Okay. I feel like I played this one somewhat well. Target you. Boom! 3-0. How about that? Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Match 4 opponent is revealed Kahira the Orphan Guard, so they're likely on Elementals or Azorius Control. I think this hand is fine versus either of those, so let's try it out. Okay, so looks like a control deck. Just play this Delta and pass. Misty Rainforest, sure thing. Grab a Watery Grave, ouch. Cast this Otherworldly Gaze. All of those can go to the graveyard. Draw. Nope. Upkeep. I am maybe being iced. In fact, I am. Sure. Draw. Consider. Nice. Pass the turn. Okay, they're passing. I'll grab a Steam Vent's going to 14 and cast this Consider. Just dealing myself so much damage. It's a little more free now that Ad Nauseam isn't in the deck. That can definitely go to the graveyard. Bobble. Draw. Okay. Target you. Big Tef. So there's no need to play Otherworldly Gaze on our turn. It's an instant. So if you play it on your turn, they could counterspell it and then just untap. So we're going to cast it in their upkeep. Interesting. Charm to draw 2. Shark Typhoon for 1. Okay. I guess we can cast this now. We can bin all of these. We're drawing a blind card off of the Otherworldly Gaze. Bobble. And another Twiddle. Land 4. We'll take 1 going down to 13. Upkeep. Let's flash this back, trying to improve the quality of our draws a little bit. That was really good. Okay, we want both of these. I think I'm going to play out the Otawara, so this way I can flash back Otherworldly Gaze on their turn. The Wandering Emperor, sure. So now they have 3 power. They could go up a little bit. Honestly, I love how light this version feels. Like, you have considers and street rates, but everything feels very fluid and you have a lot of decisions. I don't know. I've fallen in love with this Breach list already. I know it's only been 3 matches, but it feels pretty good. So we're taking 4, going down to 9. We know that our opponent has a Teferi and 5 unknowns. Come on, you don't want to play Big Tough? We also know that there's an Inquisition on top. Do I want the extra Twiddle? I think I do. Let's cast the Inquisition. Counterspell. I think I've got it here. So we're going to Twiddle the Headquarters. Play Lotus Field. Sacrifice these 2 lands. Cycle Street Wraith. Untap. Hold on, I'm going to cancel that just to make sure I didn't misclick. Untap. Untap. Wish. Underworld Breach. Okay, so untap. As long as this Twiddle resolves, I'm feeling pretty good. Alright, we've got it. Just have to go through the motions. Dream script again. Let's play a Wish. Cast this Grapeshot targeting you. Boom! We really punished our opponent for not using their Mystic Gate to play the Archmage's Charm. Grapeshot. Who even needs Tome Scour? Am I right? Love to see it. Alright, next game. I have to imagine that our opponent's a Teferi deck, which makes overloading on packs sort of bad, but we still need them for the matchup. We probably want some sort of instant speed bounce spell for like a Rest in Peace or something along those lines. I also don't mind Ave in this matchup, but the key is you have to build towards it. So I'm going to bring in Ave. Part of me thinks that like you might want to just board out the baubles to completely, well, I guess that's not true, Pact of Negation, but make Chal 0 worse. And let's board in Echoing Truth to stop Chalice on 1. Yeah, this hand's great. Keep. Colonnade, they have 6 cards. Ouch. Inquisition. Supreme Verdict. Okay, so maybe we board out Eve if there is a game 3. Mystic Gate. That was not in the list, so they drew the gate for turn. I imagine they're going to tap my Watery Grave here. Okay, draw. I'm just going to pass. I could play the Inquisition, but it feels a little risky. But I'm just going to grab an island. Otherworldly Gaze. Whole lot of fetch lands, Batman. Take a draw. I think I'm just going to pass. So I could have shocked there to like double gaze. I don't know. I think that this game could come down to like them beating me down with like a manland or something, so I don't really want to do that. Let's flashback the Otherworldly Gaze. This card just digs so deep. We definitely don't want the Wish. I think Twiddle's fine to go to the graveyard, and I'll keep this Wish Claw. Let's Inquisition. See what they're working with. They drew Counterspell, that's fine. And play Wish Claw. Pass the turn. So they have Solitude, Supreme Verdict, Teferi, 2 unknowns, 3 after their draw step. Now 2. Let's play the Otherworldly Gaze. Scour's nice. To mill. It just makes our combo turn a lot easier. I think I'm going to mill these. They just don't advance my game plan. I have to find Lotus Field and Breach. Upkeep. Let's flashback. There we go. Keep the field on top. Draw. I really like how this deck plays now. So they're up to 3 unknowns, and it looks like they're passing without playing a land. Let's flashback the Otherworldly Gaze. There's our Underworld Breach. Wow. So now we have double packed backup by the looks of it. Keep this on top. Tap this for blue. Red. Underworld Breach. Actually, hold on. Cancel. Is it better if I just... Okay, I'm gonna play Breach like this. So I'm like trying to think of ways that I could possibly lose this. If they have like a Dovin's Veto after I play Pact or something, I'd feel pretty foolish. Attempt 2 Pact. Okay. So now it should be pretty easy peasy. Twiddle. Start from the top of the graveyard. Yes. Tap. Twiddle again. Yes. And for good measure, let's just Inquisition them. Make sure they don't have a fluster or something. They've got nothing. They can Solitude their own Solitude to gain 3. That's what they're playing towards. So let's just not lose to that cheap trick. We'll play a Wish. From 7. Let's just start scouring. So, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I have to Twiddle here. Lotus Field, Witchclaw, Otawara. Yep. Scour. Otherworldly Gaze, Consider, and I guess we can remove a Twiddle. We have enough of them in there. It's from 11. There's the Ave. Not that we're going to use it, but Twiddle the Lotus Field. Scour. 9 cards left. 1 blue floating from 15. Twiddle. We can double Grapeshot from here. Twiddle. Remove the Scour, consider, and Twiddle. Yes. Cast Grapeshot, target you. They see the writing on the wall. I will not be losing to any Solitude tricks tonight, thank you. I know it's almost midnight, but I'm not going to fall for it. So, GG's. Our opponent agrees. We're about to play for a trophy with the Lotus Breach. Stick around, find out if we get it. The best legacy podcast? That would be Eternal Glory featuring myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We're available on all major podcast platforms and YouTube. For the trophy, match number 5, our opponents reveal the Yorion. We have a reasonable 7. It's essentially a mulligan to 6 with a Lotus Field in it. Well, double Lotus Field. I would definitely keep this as a 6, so I will keep it as a 7. We're really looking for land number 2, but when you look at the hand, we have 5 looks at it by turn 2, which is pretty good. And that number just increased. Target ourselves with the bobble. Ding. Okay, Flooded Strand. You have a headquarters. We have successfully found the land. So now we want to find Twiddles and Breach. And they're just going to leave up counter magic here by the looks of it. Fetch. Let's go get that black source. Otherworldly Gaze. Kind of like the Pact Negation. And this Wish represents the combo if we can find Twiddles. So I think we keep both of these. Okay, and I'm just going to play the island and pass here. We can flash back the Otherworldly Gaze on their turn, but first I'm going to cycle the Street Wraith. You can have an Ice Fang. Land 3. Ouch, I'll go to 16. The beats. Okay, flashback Otherworldly Gaze. Oh, I forgot to cycle the Street Wraith. I'm such a dummy. Ah, that was a mistake. Damn. No excuses. Play like a champion, Brian. Alright, cycle Street Wraith. Okay, well that was kind of a good draw anyway. Does it resolve? It does, and then we'll play the Lotus Field. Pass the turn. Another Ice Fang. Sure thing. And now they're Death Touch Ice Fangs. Scary. Interesting. So they look like they might just be Bant control and not like Money Pile. Draw. Bobble. Let's target them. Plains. I'm going to consider now in case I hit a land. I don't think I can afford to keep this. Consider again. If I keep that, I can play another Wishclaw. So let's do that. Going to 9. Wishclaw number 2. Pass that turn. 3 mana, our opponent draws 2. We draw a card off the bobble. Another Wish. We're over 33% of the way through, but we haven't found any Twiddles yet, so I'm a little bit late on mana. We'll take 2 here. So we're at 7. Shark Typhoon doesn't kill me yet. There's finally a Twiddle. I wonder how many counters our opponent has up right now. I think I'm going to try to just like bait out a counter here with a Wish. If it resolves, I can Scour myself. Yeah, so that's fine. milled 2 copies of Breach. Pass the turn. Next turn, I have to go for it. Or else I'm dead to a Shark Typhoon. They drew 2 more with Archmage's Charm, so their hand has to be stacked here. Land number 6. We're at 5. Going to need a little bit of luck here, I feel like. Spreading Seas, sure. So this means they have 2 counter spells up. I might be able to beat 2. Draw. Funny. I was like, yeah, this didn't even matter, and then I drew the 1 card that made it matter. Let's start on this Dream's Grip. So that resolved. So I think I want to play... Let's figure this out. Actually, no, red is good. So now let's activate this. We want to go get another Twiddle. Untap. Yes. So if I tap this for black, does that matter? So right now if I tap this for red, 5 mana, I would have 2 mana floating, so I actually have 1 extra mana here. So the question is anything off of the Wishclaw better? The Wishclaw can't, it has to get Breach. So let me think through this again. So if I tap this for black, so this is 6 total mana. So Inquisition, Wish is 4. Breach would be 0 mana because I have to activate the Wishclaw. I don't know if it's worth casting because the Wish should cover me. I'm not messing this up, right? Because I need 1 extra mana. Okay, so I have double Pact of Negation back up here. Grab the last copy of Underworld Breach. Put it on the stack. Spell Pierce. I will cast a Pact of Negation. I don't know why, but I was not expecting Spell Pierce out of the large control deck. I don't have a good like excuse or anything. I'm just saying that I wasn't expecting it. Dress Down. Who plays creatures? Yeah, you can have a Dress Down. I don't care. Also, Fast as Oracle cares about Dress Down. Breach. Ooh, baby. Still have this pack backup too? Twiddle. So you might be wondering why I played the pact from the sideboard. It wasn't an accident, believe it or not. I wanted our opponent to think that I didn't have another protection spell. It just ended up not really being relevant. Yes. Let's see what they're working with over there. So they had a counter spell, and the rest of it's like pretty large cards. Okay. Dream Script on tap. We had a pretty stocked graveyard before this breach resolved. Okay, Storm is 12. I mean, might as well keep doing it. I don't think we'll need Scour here, but I've been wrong before. From 13. Tap for red. Wish. Okay. So this is from 14. Show our opponent how dead they are. Boom. We're 1 game away from the undefeated trophy. Alright, so I do think we want more copies of Pact. I think we board the same as we did last round. Take out the baubles. Even though I'm bringing in Ooze, which is a little bit of a nombo, instead I'm keeping in Street Wraith. I'm just a little bit worried about Chalice on 0. All right, let's submit. Game 2. This hand seems very good to me. I'm going to keep this. I have to find land too, but we have a number of looks at it. And we've already found it. Watery Grave, yes. Ouch. Inquisition. Get out of here, rest in peace. No one likes you. No one likes you. Go straight to the graveyard. How about you rest? Alright, they pick up a headquarters. Breeding pool. Yep. Draw. Wow. We're in a really good spot right now. Otherworldly Gaze, can we find another Inquisition? We don't need Lotus Field. Do I take the Consider? I think I just bin it. Cycle the Street Wraith. Wow, how lucky. We just have a win wrapped up next turn. Assuming our opponent doesn't draw anything, I think we've got it. Land 3. Supreme Verdict to Fairy in hand. Are you going to put your hand to hand? Alright, I think we've got it. Draw. Blue. This puts exactly... Alright, I think we've got it because I have the Breach in hand. I don't need all 10 cards. Alright, tap for red. Play the Breach. Grip. Okay. Untaps. Dream's Grip. Exile some more lands from 4. Play the Wish. Okay. So now we can cast Scour. This should be the trophy. Opponent's pausing. Is it a concession or do you draw a free spell? And that's the match. Our opponent said that our deck is really cool, which is really nice of them. We got the 5-0 trophy. How about that? You love to see it. Lotus Breach back from the dead. We made some adjustments. We got rid of the slow cards. We got a lot thinner, which is something I think really helped. So we went up to the full playset of Consider that looked a lot better when we weren't sitting with a bunch of Profane Tutors or drawing into Profane Tutors. We were a little bit lighter with Street Wraith. I think the big thing about this list is that we really leverage Otherworldly Gaze well, because we can draw into the cards that we're looking at. It's not just always leaving them on top. Another thing about Otherworldly Gaze I thought about throughout the league was, previously with the Profane Tutor list, sometimes you weren't able to cast Otherworldly Gaze profitably because you would stack cards on top, but then Tutor would shuffle your deck before your draw step. So that is gone as well. I never really missed the main deck Grapeshot or the main deck Void Snare. Having just more combo pieces felt really nice. Let me know what you thought. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Keep storming and have a good night. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.